I vibe you, lovelies. So anyway, and as I'm sure many of you know, generally when you want something, it's not coming, stepping away, we'll bring it back. So I just did that, and it just came in, which is actually funny because I realized the secondary part was the overall vibe of the conversation, specifically the secondary example, which is seeing the clear difference of reflecting energy and becoming it and being able to make that choice from a place of awareness. And that's what, and that was where I was, when talking to both people, I could tell it was like kind of this confusion and question about, so, when do you shut down? When do you open? Da, 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 da. And I realized I wasn't 100% clear on how to stay open and loving and not be affected by the energy. And so what I was saying is the example, and my solution is just that. There's a clear difference between shutting down, taking on the energy, which for me is like when you start responding harshly and negatively and pointing fingers, that's when you have shut down and become the slower vibration. Whereas if you're reflecting it, such as an example, when I was saying closing, I'm not saying that you necessarily closing now. For me, it's just simply letting the energy go. To me, that's the reflection. Redirecting, for example, the conversation back to the higher vibrations, in that the person in sharing a slow vibration, they are sharing a certain level of closeness or not being in alignment with the energy that was present. So for me to say, okay, thanks, and okay, back to the higher vibration, to me reflects that back. But once again, does not take on the slow vibration. It lets both go, the slow and the higher vibration flow, and going back to the higher vibration and making that choice. So I'm super excited to be very clear and aware of that and how that works and why that's logical, and feel very empowered and excited to, I say, play with it. It's like I really love the concept, and getting back to being curious about life and saying, oh, I can handle all this. I can be open and curious and empowered all at the same time, while being an example for people. And if not, then just saying, hey, I'm golden, that the person may not get it, whatever. At least I know that it's not going to affect my energy, my flow, my fun. Because I have to admit, yesterday it was interesting, and it was a little it was interesting in that I was vibing so high, and then other people came in, and the energy changed, and so it was like, and I not vibing full. It's interesting. I wasn't seeing the experience as an opportunity to apply that which I had just realized, because I had just realized about the difference of taking on energy mentally, vibed into it, taking on energy. Or reflecting it. So I'm excited now that I have the full awareness of the opportunity, so that I can go in from a more empowered place instead of responding the way I normally do, which is laughing and closing down and then moving away. So yeah. So anyway, all right, y'all. Love y'all. As since I am really much in the sharing space, and being, I'll be focusing more on actual physical sharings and opportunities. So I should be, and also since I'm real clear and concise now, I should be doing a lot less recording of videos. So, the one thing that I totally forgot to share in the last vid too is I'm so excited about the fact that I am like vibing into this in a really safe space and around people who are overall really good people. Who, matter of fact, no, I'm not even gonna say overall. How should I say this? Who are divine beings who have a lot of opportunity for growth. So I'm super excited about that, because it gives me both the space of, okay, it's safe and it's secure. It's not like you have to really worry about things going but so far in this space. At the same time, I'm super, super excited that all of us have opportunities for growth, so that continues to reflect my opportunities for growth and gives me actual physical opportunities to apply that which I am learning. So super excited about that. So having said that, super excited that I know that all of this is preparation for relationship, tribe, also there's something very interesting on the horizon, and I'm going to do this when it vibes. So I'm realizing I been talking to family, and I decided yesterday to call my mom, but it just didn't vibe. I was just like, okay, I'm gonna call my mom, but this doesn't vibe like it's gonna happen now, like this today. And I'm realizing, because I was like, okay, I'm emotionally not mature enough for that. I'm still learning how to be love and stay centered when dealing with intense energies, and particularly when someone projects intense energies at me. And my mom is that person. And particularly also, of course, my mom is something that I just was vibing into. My mom is the last person alive who hurt me a lot in the past, like really projected a lot of pain towards me. And she's, of course, the person who I had the most emotional connection, because I was most emotionally open to her. Not that obviously I lived with my dad, but by the time I was living with my dad, I was really emotionally close. So there really was not much of a connection. Whereas when I was mom, I was still very young and still very open. So having stated that, knowing that my mom and my sharing and interaction could have a huge effect on my energy, I'm like, oh, I'm going to play around with people energetically who's a lot less intense and learn how to really apply this. And when it vibes right, I will then call my mom and, see how that goes. So I'll definitely let y'all know how that goes. Because, man, if I can handle that one, first and foremost, what I co-create will be a great sign of where my energy truly is. Secondarily, if I co-create something that's really intense, if I can really handle it from a super loving place, and first and foremost open, because I tend to just really shut down to my mom, really open and really loving, yeah, that'll be such an amazing not even sign, it'll be an affirmation of my growth, my expansion in this space. I'm super excited. I'm also super excited that I'm being really realistic and saying, hey, yeah, this is a thing, but I'm just not being, I'm just gonna do it when it vibes and when I know I'm ready. So I'm really super excited about that. One other part, see, there's multiple things that I forgot. I have been vibing with multiple sisterins in regards to the chakra systems, and of course opening, since I'm talking a lot about heart opening, and the question that I shared about, can one chakra be really open, another be really closed, or something, etc., along those lines. So I had said I was curious to see what energies were shared in the space, particularly as a sign, reflection of my own openness. And what came back yesterday, as soon as it started, as soon as the matter of fact, as soon as the high school energy came in, I was like, there's that answer. So I was like, all right, I'm not quite sure if this is a sign that my heart is not quite as open, or what really kind of vibe, I'm still kind of open to this, is it was a sign that my solar chakra was still really close. And being able to actually apply, I guess, no trust. I feel like maybe being open enough, instead of setting boundaries, just being open to experiencing, that very much feels like the confidence that they describe the solar chakra in. So I feel like that is what is being reflected in that experience. So that may at least answer to some degree. And it was funny because I don't know if y'all noticed that in the last vids I was talking about how my two lower chakras, like my root chakra and my sacral chakra, had gotten open, but then I was talking about my heart chakra. So I had been aware of that, and so that's why I was kind of like, did my actual lower 3 get open, and this is a sign of heart, or did actually my lower 2 get open, then my heart, and now my solar plex? So kind of an interesting topic that I'm just vibing into, admittedly, that I'm not 100% clear on. And of course, for me, it also reflects into the questions that I was posing about the stories of the previous global inspirations, specifically Buddha, Christ, and now I include Rumi in that, in regards to their process of opening and chakra charging and aligning. So anyway, yeah, I feel like that is pretty much everything that I've been vibing over the last 2 days. So yeah, I'll definitely be sharing most likely a vid tomorrow about how things go today and tonight. I'm so super so super stoked to see and excited and intrigued and curious. It's like actually fun for me because definitely this, I don't know, those of you who know me, this is such a shift in perspective on seeing a situation that I already could vibe the potential for things to go the same way they did last night, like 100. And I'm just like, normally I'd have been like, yo, I'm about to avoid this, or I'm about to put my foot down, this ain't happening. And that's actually what my initial response was today. It's only in continuing to vibe into it, where it's just like, all right, let me open up, let me keep opening, let me keep opening into this space and stop focusing. I think that was the biggest thing, where this balanced energy came in from just like, or my heart open. Same thing today with potentially. Oh, so maybe I'm answering my own question. Oh my gosh, y'all, wait. This is so like what I was saying yesterday to the sister about the answer. Like all the questions she was asking, the answer was right in it, and I could clearly see it. And it was just, I kept saying, you're saying, your subconscious is already telling you. You're just not even seeing it. So I'm realizing I am doing the same thing. Is that literally today my solar plex did open, and that my perspective on the situation is completely open. So I'm actually super excited, yay, about realizing that. And now it's about applying all of this openness in an actual physical situation and learning how to maintain it in energies that vibe different. And of course, I vibe this, at least from where my awareness is. Obviously my inner child is obviously matching theirs, which is why I co-created. So yeah. Which, oh my gosh. Didn't even, I totally want to share this one other piece about yesterday. Oh my gosh, it was so amazing. And this has happened multiple times with multiple people, but once again, I'm sharing this from such a much more open, aware space. So it was just like really amazing, where the sister we were vibing with, we were talking about a lot of different things, and some things about her past came up. And she had said something about, this is what, matter of fact, what I was just saying. I kept saying, and particularly one time was saying, hey, don't even, matter of fact, I didn't even say don't even vibe. I was like, just, you are saying the answers yourself. You're just not hearing it. And her next response is like, you just became like a ghost. And I was like, yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. I was like, your inner child just reflected that back to you, and you seeing that I am not the one giving you the answer. You are giving it to yourself. I'm like an apparition, a figment of your imagination, or an apparition of really thin energy that's simply just reflecting back your own energy. And it was such an amazing, matter of fact, what happened was the exact opposite. Something led to, matter of fact, let me even say this, because I'm realizing, because she had stated it first, then I stated about this. So she stated something about, I just became like a ghost, and I don't remember what inspired that. Then I was like, yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. I'm not important. You are reflecting and I'm just the reflection of your energy. And in her vibing, like seeing me, like I had become thin and like a ghost, her system was saying, yeah, it's not Jasmine, or it's not Love who is telling you this information. Love is just an energy that's channeling your own energy. And it was such an amazing experience that she was legitimately like, yo, you look like a ghost right now. And I was like, yeah, that's perfect. That's exactly what I'm vibing. Like, it's not me. I'm channeling this energy back to you. My physical, being is not the important part here. It's the energy. So it was such an amazing experience, that like a vortex of energy just so opened. That one, first and foremost, for someone, because she actually doesn't really vibe ghost, so for her to see that was it was like the vibration was so much higher than her resistance to the vibration, which of course that in part deals with the concept of where's the change in that? When the vibration, whether it's the planetary or a person you're around, or just a common culmination of shared energy, is so much higher than our energy, than the slower parts, the slower energies in our being then that's definitely where the change came in. And so, like I said, it was such an exquisite, amazing opportunity for someone to, one, be willing to actually say that, someone who doesn't necessarily speak that way, and also for it to be an exact affirmation of exactly what I was thinking and was about to say to her, and what the overall conversation was. So yeah, so anyway, I'm vibing. That's everything. So thank y'all, I love y'all, and we're at 15:44, so we'll stop at 40. Yeah, anyway, so love you, bliss.